By all accounts, I hate Janna. I don't like the fact that Janna is a champion that exists. And I'm sure the player in this game feels the same. But they're gonna play Janna. And also, we joined this game 3 minutes in. Because I wasn't here to catch a start. I was actually casting another game. The timeline has spoiled this kill. Silas is gonna kill off the Galio for first blood. We're gonna get into this game proper here in just a second. As soon as we take stock of what is happening. And also, let me just wrap up my last game. Because I just freshly got off that one. I need to title it versus something. What is this Kane doing? The Teemo's just shooting darts into him. It is a Teemo against Sett top lane. I actually favor the Sett in this matchup. As crazy as that sounds. Rammus Kane jungle, Silas Galio mid, Aphelios Janna. Aphelios is definitely one of the more annoying AD carries to have come out in recent times. Although I think in recent patches he's now at a much more reasonable level and a lot more tolerable level. The greatest blessing here is definitely the gun display. It's very hard to see what he's carrying without that before. I don't know what they were thinking when they didn't put that in at the start, honestly. Janna is just always annoying. Oh, the Rammus powerball falls just short. He's gonna get the taunt off though. Is Rammus gonna die? The caliber mark finds it. Aphelios gets that kill. Rammus' ball falls short, but flash taunt makes up for it, and bot lane gets the kill. So now they're 2 for 0 very early on in the game. Very good so far. Galio, he just died to the Silas, and now he has to try to make a comeback happen here in this lane. Galio actually, I don't think he has a favorable matchup against Silas, because Silas can out-sustain him and deal more damage to him. Ooh, that ignite. Aphelios will blow his own heal to get out. Kane is here. He has a speed up in the form of his E. Is he gonna go for it? He's gonna flash Q in, but it's not enough. Blaze Reach also not gonna find it. The cannon shots coming in from downtown. It expunges the mark and roots him in place just as a final FU. And the Aphelios goes for a full reset, allows the Janna. The Haymaker true damage cone is gonna find it. The geometry not gonna tag the Aphelios, but cancels his recall. And now Janna is fighting the Valkyries one-on-one, but she's gotta be very careful here. She doesn't have the mana. Silas is gonna go for this, canceling out the taunt. Rammus also gets taunted off, cancelled out a powerball. So blowing his flash will keep Galio safe and sound in this gank. So the game has actually settled down quite a bit. There hasn't been any too much explosive action in a while. So it's a good time to actually look at, who's got the lead overall. Sett is actually holding pretty even against the Teemo. Both of them actually rush boots. Teemo wins Zerkers first too. And he picked up a cloth armor? Is he going for Hourglass? What is this? What is the purpose of this cloth armor? What is his keystone actually? Hold on. Press the attack. AD Teemo. Well, on-hit Teemo, I guess. Oh, so many chakrams. They're gonna find it all onto the Valkyries. They're still flying out the chakrams, and the mini chakrams kill off the Varus. Oh, never underestimate chakram damage, guys. It's gonna ruin your life, lead to your downfall. Rammus smites away the scuttle, and now he's rolling after the Kane. Kane has to try to kill the blast plant. He does get it. And now red team gets to siege some turret plates down bot. Aphelios could try to build some chakrams and walk out, but when there's a Valkyries camping it, it's not the greatest idea. So they are going to back off here. Ooh, very close to finding a Moonlight Vigil gets committed as well. It does seem to whiff the Valkyries. He was off screen. And meanwhile, top lane, oh, Seth flashes back in, very brave. Haymaker, 2 damage, finds onto 2. And here comes a Galio jumping in. There's suddenly a 3 people top lane, and this is a full-on wipe. Teemo will die alongside his jungler. Beautiful rotations from blue team, making some plays happen when they desperately need it. Galio trips the shroom on his way out. Blue team actually gonna go for the 8-minute herald here, but they did it on top of a Scuttle. It's very unlikely they'd actually made it in this pit without vision. But red team isn't actually available to stop this in any way. So blue team will take this herald. The jungler and mid laner will come take it. Silas just now made his way there, but it's a little bit too late here. The arrow getting prepped onto the Janna, but here comes the Silas. He wants this kill. He steals the ultimate off Kayn, but Kayn's already jumped into him. Will he get it back? He flashes it and does nothing. He just stood still. But here comes the Teemo. Then here comes the Ram as the cleanup effort is here. That's Kingslayer. Oh my god, they healed him to full. What? Okay, so despite monkeying at the tail end of that, Silas is still full health. But here comes Avara's piercing arrow, finds his way onto Aphelios, and here comes the Tendrils. The Tendrils grab onto the Janna, rooting her in place, but Janna is still pretty healthy. She can turn this around if she wants to. It's a Valkaz. A Valkaz can't protect her AD carry. Janna can probably assassinate this if she was feeling bloodthirsty, but no, she's gonna opt to not do it. Here comes the Tornado. It's gonna go wide for the Varus. It does hit him, actually, and Comment gets fired out as well. Ooh, long range tornado. Nope, not gonna find the Varus. He's actually healing himself up quite a bit due to the early Vamp Scepter, but still a Vamp Scepter against BF Warhammer. So, wow. Vamp Scepter is actually a pretty awful item, standalone, because the 10% lifesteal sounds decent. Yeah, that's dead. 10% lifesteal sounds decent until Rammus! First of all, I'm annoyed that I can't finish my rambling on Vamp Scepter. Second of all, I'm annoyed that Rammus' flash was Powerball. Oh my gosh. See, 10% lifesteal is pretty stellar, but on its own, Vamp Scepter gives you like 10 AD. It's the worst possible way to spend 900 gold on AD. A pickaxe is like 2.5 times that. Oh, but the Silas, he's gonna get the solo kill. Very encouraging solo kill as well after that Galio rotation top lane. And that's going to buy red team enough time to take away their first dragon. Now, so far, AD Teemo, I'm assuming, he did go for the early Seeker's Arm Guard. And now he's working on a Stinger. The on-hit Teemo working on his Nashor's Tooth now. Oh, there's so much healing from Kingslayer. And Kayn pops out, but on the wrong way. So they're going to do more Scuttles. Life Form Disintegration Ring going to kill off the Janna very quick. And here comes the Aphelios. He flashes in, but he's not going to do any autos. So now Varus kills him off. Flash gets blown. Oh no. Aphelios didn't cancel his auto before flashing. So he auto attacked Flash and then realized his auto attack was on cooldown. Showstopper is going to try to do this. Haymaker shield. Teemo dodges the true damage, but it's not enough for him. He'll get solo killed here. Suddenly, blue team finding himself on the receiving end of several very beneficial skirmishes. Especially red team now. That injection of income, ooh, that's going to skyrocket him in a bit. That's recurable. A little bit more, that will be Blade of the Rune King. But he is still contending with completed Essence Reaver. Here comes the Powerball. He doesn't have flash, so he can't muck it up this time. He's gonna taunt onto the Valkaz. Not the best target selection, but it will do. The Rupture will kill him off. Not Rupture, the Tremor will kill him off. But Rammus will also die. And here comes the Janna. Beautiful tornado canceling out the Kayn, but only for a little while. Not the Kayn, the Justice Punch. Only for a little while, and now Aphelios is the next victim, held down by the CC. And here comes the Silas. He steals Kayn's and pops into his property this time. Blaze Reach leaves him at 5 health-ish. Silas is going to Kingslayer and try to buy some time, but it's not enough. Suddenly, blue team just gives up 4 kills? No. Blue team takes 4 kills, I mean. Yeah, Rammus respawned in time, so that was a 4 for nothing. That's awful, and they deploy the Herald here. First turret going the way of blue team. That individual lead that red team builds up, this is not a good way for it to just evaporate from under your eyes. Herald is gonna get poked in the eye and die. But that's first tower, the damage is already done. And honestly, that's gonna... Yeah, it's a very early lead that blue team propels themselves onto. If a Varus gets ahead of an Aphelios, he can kill the Aphelios. Well, I think it's true for most AD carries in the game. If you get ahead of an Aphelios, there's nothing the Aphelios can do to you all game long. Aphelios is a very oppressive AD carry when he's ahead. In an even situation, you can also count on him to win the matchups he's expected to win as well. But if an Aphelios is ever really behind, you never really come back from that state. Maybe that's true of all ADCs in general, but I feel like it's especially true of Aphelios, where if you drop a few too many kills to your lane opponent, you suddenly find that for the next like 40 minutes, he can just do whatever he wants to you. Just because his kit itself is very aggressive and is very forward based. Nothing in his kit helps you to retreat. Not even cannon, because Gravitum, by the time you're kiting with Gravitum, you're in so much trouble anyway. Life from Disintegration Ray. Ooh, the Valkos lives. This Sylas just can't kill people, man. He just lacks the damage. He's gonna steal Life from Disintegration Ray. But the Kane's been waiting on him all this time. Kingslayer heals back so much, but now he's all running really low on mana, so he can't possibly keep going. Arcane Comet is gonna slam him, but it's not enough damage to kill the Kane. So Kane's just gonna walk away, and meanwhile red team loses their tier 1 turret top. Bleeding turrets is not a good sign. They need to start taking some fast. They are going to start with the mid lane, the most critical tower in the game. But it doesn't look like they can do too much here. So just all go back. Contend with life in a disadvantageous position. I think Aphelios is still richer than the Varus, but as soon as the Varus gets richer than him, an AD carry whose kit is all about going in, making aggressive picks, and in fact 2 out of 5 weapons encourage you to fight decently close range to actually point blank. It means that if you're behind against an enemy ADC, you just die, and there's very little you can do. Aphelios really wants a good laning phase. Oh, but here comes the catch onto the Janna. So many CC piled on onto her, instantly melting her. All she wanted to do was clear wards, man. Why you gotta do this? And now Drake is up. Blue team has the position. Varus is already shooting at it, but here comes the Rammus. He's rolling. He wants to kill. Is there going to be any assistance? The Tremors is popped on the back. Life from Disintegration Ray is going to pop out true damage. Just shredding the Teemo. Teemo will die, but Rammus steals the dragon, actually. But this isn't enough. Is it costing them too much? The Aphelios Chakram is going to lay down some fire. He does have the Chakram. He can cut it out if he wants to. He walks back in to kill off the set, but that's going to give his own life away as well. 4 for 1 in favor of blue team, but they do lose the dragon. So yeah, 4 for 1 in favor of blue team. You don't throw away 4 lives for a dragon. That's just not worth it. And now Ocean Rift has spawned onto the map. Tito, there's a single Tito shroom. Can he make it happen here? The turret falls. 3 turrets to 1. Very bleak map control for a red team. And once you fall behind in map control, you can kind of start seeing the writing on the wall, where you just realize that from this point, you'd likely just slowly lose. Unless they can make some positive plays happen. Make some good trades, make some good team fights, and actually cascade that into taking some map control back. But bleeding turrets left, right, and center is a very terrible outlook. But regardless, this game will continue until Nexus dies. And blue team is feeling pretty bold. They just picked up Herald 2, in fact. Wait, did they pick up Herald 2? No, they didn't. Huh. Must have imagined it. I'm tripping. Wait. Huh? I looked away from the screen for a while. Oh, no, never mind. They did pick up Herald 2. Okay, my excuse is I'm casting while super reclined, and I'm nearsighted, so I can't see the screen that well. And you might say, if you can't see the screen that well, you can't really cast. Well, that's where you're wrong. I can guess what's happening. Here comes a Justice Punch. He's gonna get knocked up. The Aphelios will land a cannon shot on him, but here comes a Showstopper, and the rest of the CC are coming through. The Silas gets grabbed back, and now he has to have to turn it. The Q Chain Lash is gonna come out. The taunt going out onto the Valkaz. He's gonna be the first victim. No life from disintegration rate. That's huge. They can actually try to make some chase down happen now. Where is the Varus? The Varus is boss side. He's not even close to this team fight. Blue team has no damage here. They have to go back. That's gonna allow red team to set up a push. The Rammus rolling into the back. He spots out too. He's gonna go so far behind enemy lines here. And he's gonna start onto the Galio. Galio will try to escape, but it's gonna leave their mid tower exposed to the wolves, and it will fall. Varus finally makes his way into the team fight. But I think the fight's already over. Everybody just walks away. Varus kills off a few minions in the Fatal Rage and goes back to farming. I'm trying to think of something to talk about when the games are in this state. Just dormancy. Ooh, Blaze Reach finds a knock-up, but it's not enough. Felix is very low on sniper ammo. This is the time to switch guns now. He does switch it into Severum Infernum. Very good team fighting combination of weapons. But can he actually make it happen here? He does have Runa's Hurricane, so you know that's basically full build for Aphelios. Herald gets dropped and it's going to be escorted down mid lane, and now it's up to blue team to secure this push, but red team is here to stop it. Janna doesn't hit the eye, which is so unfortunate. The eye was open, but she couldn't find the angle on it. They need to try to stop this charge. It might be very dangerous. Here it comes. It's gonna die, and the turret's gonna live, so you know that's at least good news. Blue team is also now moving down to Dragon. It's 24 seconds away. We can start securing Ocean Drakes. Complete the dream of the 4 Drake comeback. Oh my gosh, stacking 4 Ocean Drakes and then getting the soul on top of that. That's gonna be so much healing, but you know, they have to finagle that first. Blue team does have the momentum right now, it seems. They are the ones dictating fights, they're the ones dictating the map. But they're gonna throw that all away by giving away tier 2 for free. What the hell, guys? The tower is gonna die to the minions, and here comes the King. He's jumped in 1v5, so he's just gonna die very fast. Stolen Chains lands on the Valkaz, and in the backline, Aramis zoning out the Varus completely. He is gonna give his life for it, but it's already effective enough to do most of the damage. The red team has crunched through 2 members of blue, and now it's a 4-on-3. Teemo flashes after Varus, and 2 members retreat back into the base. Monsoon will reset the fight, and they're gonna start the push onto the tier 3 inhibitor towers. Varus has to try to recall and go home. And after this one push, red team takes inhib. Turns out if you leave nobody to defend your home, the enemy can siege your home. And red team takes an inhibitor. Off the most random push of all time, Varus has decided against recalling. He needs to secure this first Drake for his team. But is he a little bit too slow? The plants gets killed. They spot him out. Blue team kills the dragon, and now Varus has to try to retreat. Teemo is on his tail, but Teemo also has no mana. Can he do it? Blue Warp finds him. He walks into the Tribrush and walks into the lane. He is in full visibility. Easiest taunt of Rammus' life, and Teemo gets this shutdown kill. Now 2 and 4, doubling his kill score, drastically improving his KDA, but you know, not by that much. The shrooms are coming out left and right now. This team was actually incredibly poor. I never really conceptualized how poor he was until I saw his items just now. Oh my goodness. This guy is close to living on welfare, I say. The cannon gonna find some shots onto the set. Cannon Chakram. This is a situation where you use Chakram as your main weapon for, well, not your main weapon, use your as your active weapon where like you swap to it, deploy a turret, and then switch back to your main hand. Chakram Cannon is technically a pretty terrible combo because Chakram wants to be offhand and be applied with an ability, and Gravitum is the only weapon that doesn't use your offhand. But the reverse actually kind of works. The glaive turret that shoots cannon shots is actually a fantastic zoning tool because cannon is a better slow than red buff. So that's always neat. It's a better slow than Rylai's. Oh, but here comes the set. He's gonna find it onto the Teemo. The showstopper brings him back. Yep. Haymaker kills him off. Red team has a gold lead in this game, which is for some reason the most shocking part of this game for me. Blaze Reach is gonna stop it, but here comes the Galio. The turret is gonna die before it even makes a single shot. That's pretty tragic. And here comes the rest of the sentry turrets. The chakrams are ramping up onto the Galio now. Galio needs to be careful. As long as this Aphelios is allowed to build chakrams, he can kill people. That's almost a dead Galio. And here comes the King. He's being slowed up. And the Valkos is taunted up. Chains of Corruption comes in. The Moonlight Vigil is a chakram vigil. And it's actually giving him so many tiny floating discs around him. He just needs to start shooting them. He actually switched weapons into Infernum. Chakram ran out of ammo. Very unfortunate timing. But on the bright side, it is Infernum, which shreds people. And Rammus is so low, he needs to be careful. The Galio has to try to run back to his home, and here comes Rammus. He wants to throw his life away for this or something. Here comes the Calibrum and finds it! And the Infernum kills him off from 2 screens away. That's actually an ace, I believe. Because Set died first? No, did Set die? No, Set wasn't there, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. I have goldfish memory nowadays. They are going to move on to Baron though. Red team's gonna try to secure Baron. Aphelios is gonna dump his sniper and go into pistol. I mean, after this, the next weapon in the rotation is cannon again. And in that regard, you want to ditch your Infernum right now, because you want to set up pistol cannon. It's sustain and peel for a teamfight situation. Although Infernum, don't get me wrong, Infernum is also fantastic for team fighting. It's just up to personal preference by this point. Which weapon you drain first, knowing Gravitum is up next up in line. They take another turret, probably courtesy to the minions or something. And now Teemo shooting bullets at this Kayn, and this Kayn is just dead. Janna takes, and that's actually her first kill of the game. She wants to get on the scoreboard, and she does. 1-3-11, a decent scoreline. Darkseal slowly ramping up. And here comes the silence. Oh my god, that damage! That can't be legal. That just can't be legal. And carrying Janna shields, and I believe, is that overheal? Where is he getting this persistent shield from? No, never mind, that's several heal. Oh, he does have overheal anyway. I was like, that shield is so thick, it can't just be Severum. But here comes the engage. Rammus is being healed by Monsoon for like a fraction of a second. The Rammus is actually killing the Varus by just standing there, popping defensive Valkyro and having Swordmail. Galio is the first victim of this fight. Inhibitor spawns underneath Red Team's feet, and they squash it out instantly. This is the push. Silas flashes in and finds nothing. He's gonna die here. Kingslayer buys him a tiny amount of time, and Chain Lash will kill off the Kayn. And now it's gonna be a 2v4 in blue team's own base. Vara still wants to make something happen here, but here comes the Aphelios. He's spreading the fire. He wants more. He's taking towers. Rammus is rolling in. Vara is going back for a full reset. He needs more health here. The turrets are falling one after another, and the Nexus is wide open. Are they gonna go for a kill, or are they gonna go for the end of the game? They're gonna be reasonable here and actually end this game. That's gonna be GG for Red Team.